15 years ago, I managed to get my wife to move into one of the poorest, highest crime neighborhoods in Akron, Summit Lake. And we're celebrating the fact that just over the last 15 years, I didn't get killed. And I'm not even talking about the hoods in the neighborhood. I'm talking about the fact that my wife didn't kill me, because some of the things we've done over the years have been pretty risky or challenging. So we're very blessed.
This is an amazing time in history. The whole world is moving to the city. It's global migration that we have never seen before in human history. The peoples of the world are moving into the cities of the world in unprecedented rates.
Akron is one of the best kept secrets in the country. It is a fine and prosperous town that has been it feels like a good model for the rest of the country.
We made a 20-year commitment because our neighborhood did not become one of the highest crime, poorest neighborhoods overnight, and it was not going to recover overnight. And the city's been tearing down houses. Crime has gone down 14% in the last year because of our partnership with the city and some of the things that we've done with raising up some neighborhood leadership and so on. So we feel very blessed.
I've had the privilege of looking around at your city today, and I see evidences of new life and new energy, new economies everywhere. And it's a very exciting time for your city. And even though we are in the midst of a significant recession, the cities of this country, by and large, are healthy. And when the economy improves, the cities will continue to flourish. Folks are moving back into the heart of town, the in-town areas. And poverty is being pushed out to the edges. We're experiencing the suburbanization of poverty. That's a brand new phenomenon. We see evidences of gentry moving in, and it's wonderful news for the city. It means the tax base is coming back. It means new wealth is coming back. It means new businesses are coming back into the city. So it's wonderful news for the mayors of our cities. It's wonderful news unless you happen to be poor and rented. And then it means that you are likely to get displaced from your community because of gentrification. What is happening is that the poor of our cities are being uprooted and scattered out to the periphery of our cities. And so urban ministries are coming to a T in a road that they can't keep going the way they're going. And so they have to do they got to go one way or another. One way is to involve themselves in what we could call migrant ministries. The migrant streams of the poor that are moving out of the inner city, out to the suburbs, and we know where they're going. They're going to those 40-year-old apartment complexes that were yesterday's Class A apartments, and now they're threadbare. And they can't compete economically with the new product. And so they're affordable, and that's where folks are going. And so a migrant ministry says, we'll follow our folks out there, we'll get an apartment in the apartment complex, we'll keep the relationships intact, and if that apartment sells, we'll move with folks wherever they go. We follow the streams of the poor. That's a legitimate ministry strategy. If we go the other direction, on that T in the road, we find ways to enable our low-income residents to remain in the community. That's called community development. And it demands a whole different kind of ministry strategy. It means getting into partnership with people who know how to do real estate deals and how to capture property and how to develop affordable housing in the community as our urban communities are coming back to life economically.
Here's the challenge. We have a lot of services in our neighborhood, but services do not develop community. When people become dependent upon services, they allow others to do for them what they need to do for themselves. So part of Bob's message is community betterment is trying to provide crisis solutions for chronic problems. And a lot of agencies and churches have soup kitchens, and they have clothing closets. They do things that temporarily alleviate the pain of the poor, but it's often like patting the handcuffs rather than helping to unlock the handcuffs. So for us, the gospel is a message that says we need to help set the captives free. We need to do things like our front porch cafe. Instead of doing a food pantry, we're training ex-offenders and recovering addicts to do work. We're paying people to do work. You know, the best job training program is a job and keeping it. So development is harder and it takes longer, but at the end of the day, it's a better model.
Probably one of the biggest challenges in Summit Lake is twofold. As far as residency goes, there are a lot of abandoned houses and just torn down houses. And there's also a lot of transiency. So with the Summit County Jail, with community-based correctional facilities, there's these services that are valuable services for our neighborhood, but just output a lot of lost or transient people. So one of the joys of South Street is we get to meet those people right when they get out of prison or as they're making a choice to do right or do wrong. It's also a frustration a lot of the times. They come with a lot of baggage, they come with a lot of hardships.
I was a drug dealer and God changed my life. You know, I used to be a crack addict, but now I'm a freak addict for Jesus. And I got saved in 1991. And like I said, I got delivered from a $1,200 crack cocaine habit. And you know how the Bible says, reap what you sow. Well, anyway, that was my transformation to getting saved. So I wanted to do something, did toys and tots. I was a veteran in the military, and I just started right on South Street. So I said, just like God to put you right back in the same community that you was doing all your dirty. And so I went from being a drug dealer to a preacher man. You can't measure a church or a ministry by how many people you have. You measure them by the impact that they have in this community. You hear what I'm saying? In the community. And that's one thing that South Street Ministries have done. They have made a major impact, not only in this city, but this state and this nation. And when I compare South Street Ministries, I compare it to Bob Lupton's ministries. It's very befitting that he would bring him in because this man has made an impact down in Atlanta. So if you call down there and ask who he is, people would know about him. And what I'm saying is, if you ask anybody about Duane Crabbs, South Street Ministries, they know about him in the hood. They know about him in the jailhouse. They know about him in the mayor's office. They know about him all over the city at all levels. And that's what we call impacting this community. Impacting this community.